Welcome to another episode of Motivated to Sell, where we help sales professionals take motivational quotes but make them implementable. Excuse me, I'm going to get that word correct one of these days. But the quote that we have for today is people say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why it's recommended daily. If you are familiar with Zig Ziglar, he's the one that said that there. And the reason I chose that quote is that I think most of us in the sales profession have been to some type of sales conference, whether it was our work sent us or we went on our own. We've been to training, seminars, these conferences, just to try to hone our skills. And when we're sent to these, the results are often the same. You come back and you're energized, you're inspired, you're ready to act on what you've learned so as to deliver results, right? But the issue is, or can be anyways, that after a few weeks or maybe a couple months, you've forgotten what you've learned. That inspiration didn't last, and you've gotten back to some of your old habits. It could have been that you came off a really good sales high, but the monotony of that everyday sales process kind of got you back down. Now, I can't imagine that most of our companies send us to these seminars, these trainings, these retreats every couple of weeks or a couple of months so that we can keep our momentum going. And really, they shouldn't have to. As a sales professional, it's up to us to stay motivated. It's up to us to bring our best effort to work on a daily basis. We need to bring our A game. So, how do you prepare yourself day in and day out to bring your A game? How do you make sure that your A game is brought on all the different aspects of the sales process? How do you stay sharp? How do you work on your specific skill set? Well, I can help. And Motivated to Sell, Volume 1 and Volume 2 are great resources in that regard. Now, I've talked about this in a previous episode, but I just wanted to reiterate the idea for this book, for this channel, came from an old sales manager. And, sales managers can be great. This sales manager was effective in a lot of ways, but if you remember, she'd send out these motivational quotes, and we'd all scratch our head like, what are we supposed to do with this quote, right? It sounds great, but what does reaching for the stars actually look like? How do I do that, right? Are we going to go up on a rocket, or how am I going to implement a strategy based on winners never give up? And so good sales managers, they're to help, right? These quotes, they sounded great, but I'd rather know what going the extra mile actually looked like. And we have a video of that you can tune in on this channel. So that's what we do here at this channel and Motivated to Sell. I take these motivational quotes and expand on them. I give you step-by-step instruction on how to reach the stars. And really, I've been in the sales game for so many years. Ever since I was a little boy, I used to have a paper route, and part of that job as the paper route was selling additional subscriptions. Won many awards selling these newspaper subscriptions. And so I just really have grown up with sales, know those tricks, those tips, those pieces of advice you need to follow that will help you reach your targets, your goals, and the things that you need to do. And so this book and this channel is going to give you the boost you need to do that. You want to start your day with a latte and Motivated to Sell, Volume 1 and 2. It looks like spell check instead of latte, put ladder there, so sorry about that. But really, sometimes we need more than coffee. Sometimes we need a little motivation to get us to pick up that phone for the first call of the day, all the way down to the 20th call of the day, right? And so Motivated to Sell, this book will give you that extra stimulus that you need. It's the jolt that you need to make your sales day successful. And so all I would say is, again, subscribe to the channel, as we'll have some additional quotes that we're going to implement, show you how that strategy can work. So if you're a salesperson or a sales manager, even an owner of a company that that relies on sales in your company, well, this will certainly help. Some of the tips we'll be talking about in the coming weeks is how to follow up with the prospect, how to pick up the phone and call that COI, how to really exceed your goals for 2019 and whatever year it might be, how to beat the competition at every turn. And so again, subscribe to the channel. We'll give you all that information and much more. Well, as always, we wish you all the best in your sales endeavor, because sales professionals make the business world go round.